everybody. What's going on? What's going on? Listen, do me a favor. Go ahead and put into the chat space your city and state or country, as well as include your name. We're going to get started, y'all, in 11 seconds. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's going on, everybody? Teresa Vision Avant here, and y'all will not believe it. Like, we literally thought we were just live, and that's technology for you. And as I'm sitting here trying to look to make sure we're live, I'm like, wait a minute now. I don't see nobody, and I see people in here watching. Lord Jesus, where are the people? And so I do apologize, y'all. We were literally having a great old conversation, and I don't know who we was broadcasting to, Chad, but we was definitely broadcasting. So shout out to everybody that's joining us live. We have Mel Morris out of Brooklyn, New York. Make sure, guys, go ahead and comment in the chat space your city and state or country, so that we can definitely shout you out. And I apologize for that, y'all. We weren't late. We were on time. We was just on the wrong channel. And so I want them to make sure that we did this right, because Teresa, who is our guest today, was absolutely dropping bombs. Okay. And so I just want to make sure that you guys are able to get this incredible interview. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the lady of the hour. So let's give it up. The title of today is Tough Times Don't Last Long. I'm about to sing a song. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. And like I said, this sounds like a song. Y'all, Teresa Cox-Bates is originally from Brooklyn, New York, and she has a heart for helping women battle through depression. Raised in the borough and having spent years in Bellport, New York for school, Teresa has always had a passion about making a positive impact on the lives of others. As an author and a speaker, she is determined to help over 100 women this year. Hello. With her message of hope and resilience. Guys, her goal is to help women who are struggling with depression to find their inner strength and live a life of purpose and joy. She believes that every woman has the power to overcome her challenges and become the best version of herself. Through her books and speaking engagements, she encourages women to embrace their inner beauty and strength and never, ever, ever give up on their dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Teresa Cox-Bates. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. So hello, darling. How are you? Honey, we was having a whole interview. I don't know who was seeing us, but I said we had to come back on here because it was really, really good. Real quick, I know that this bio doesn't do you enough justice because we're talking about a very heavy conversation, depression and mental wellness. Right. And so can you talk to us, Teresa, about what led you up to here, a little bit of your story that led you to being in this space of discussing depression?
Right. So good evening, everyone. My name is Teresa Cox-Bates. I support women who battle depression so they can get a mental well-being to live on a happier life. Now, I got to the point where in my journey of dealing with depression myself, I got to a point where I was just tired of just falling down and having a hard time getting up. So my last time that I was in the hospital, I shared earlier, was like when I had my last child, my baby girl, and I was sitting there and I was just saying, like, I've done so much with myself. I went to college, I took the right steps, I got married, I had children, and then I just felt like something just wasn't clicking for me. Like I knew something was wrong and I wanted to desperately find the answers so I can really be able to function on this earth. So when I started my journey, it was like when I was in my 20s, I kind of denied everything. Oh, yeah, it's going to go away. Or, I really don't have a problem. Everybody cries themselves to sleep at night. What's the big deal? But it's not healthy. And when I started having children is when I really started to say, what am I doing here? Because now it's not about me. I'm responsible for another human being's life. I have responsibilities to take care of a child until they're able to take care of themselves. And that really started me on the path of saying, I could do anything. I just need the right plan so that I could be able to help myself.
Amen. And I love that. I think a lot of women and men listening in can actually relate. In fact, if you can relate, go ahead and type into the chat space. I can relate. Maybe not the exact story, but just being like, my goodness, what are we doing, and why am I here, or why am I feeling this way, right? And so that
Right,
leads
yeah.
me to really like my next question. What actually led you into the space of identifying that you were going through depression? Was there a pivotal moment? Did somebody say something to you, or did you just say, look at yourself and say, girl, we're depressed and it's time we do something about it?
Well, I'm gonna say it's when I lost my father. He suddenly passed away, and my mom did the best that she could. I love my mom to death. I love my brothers and my sisters to death. But it got to the point where I was hiding how I was feeling because of, whatever happens in this house stays in this house. And um, we don't talk about our problems outside. And it's just like all that weighed on me. So I had like what I wanted to do, and then what was actually happening in my life. So it started when I was about 11 years old, the depression, and it was during middle school. I kind of handle it a little bit better, I thought. And then I got to high school and I started getting, I didn't get in too much trouble, but I was very insubordinate. So I got written up a lot of times for that, because once I started going, I just didn't stop. And that was because I was so angry. I didn't know how to deal with certain emotions. But it really hit me after I started having my children, because when, it's not about me anymore, I need to focus on them, but I needed to be more stable so I can be the best mother that I could, and I could be the best wife for my husband. And it was just, everything just started falling apart, and then that's how I knew that I needed to do something about it, because yes, I know what to do, but it's like that when you have the same conversation with somebody, and then it's like you have that one conversation, but they said it in a different way. My perspective changed, and I started to really focus on why I'm sad, and like why I can't get out of bed, and why I'm not eating, and why am I crying, and I couldn't really express what I needed. I just knew that I needed help.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy, because I can definitely relate as well. And I saw some people commenting in the space. I said we have Dr. Kamika. She says, I can definitely relate. And she said, woo child. I know exactly how Dr. Kamika just said that. I can relate. Okay, so now that you've identified,
Sure.
that you were going through this, it's one thing to say that I'm going to work on myself, but now you've made it your purpose to help other women. Why are you passionate about being able to help other women that are dealing with depression?
I'm passionate because I've been through so much, and when you carry such a heavy burden, and I've like, if I felt like that, I don't want anybody else to feel like that ever again. Even though I don't have control over everybody and everything, but if I can help as many women as I can, to say if they have a day where they feel like they can't get up and they don't have the strength to move, I want to be able to, say, okay, this is what you need to do. Because what I did was I started having cold words with my husband, because when I get in my moods, I don't want to talk. So when I say, okay, I had enough, or I'm not feeling myself, I had this conversation before I had the actual episodes, and he knew. So once he heard those key words, he knew that, okay, Teresa's not good today, or she's not, or she need extra support in this area and that area. And I think that's when it comes in for you to find your support group. And you sit them down and say, listen, if I'm having a day where I can't get out of bed, I need you to do A, B, and C for me. And if I have a day where I'm crying, I want you to hold me until I stop. I want you to tell me, that I'm going to get through this. Because when we have these moments and we feel like we're so alone, yes, we want something done, but sometimes we don't know what it is that we need. So
Ooh.
when I have my days, I say, listen, if you might start in 5 and I tell you those cold words, I need you to come running to help me, because I need it.
That is good, Teresa. That's so good. Like, we have got to stop trying to, oh, don't worry about it, I'm fine. No, 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 no. I need you. And so I'm glad you
Hmm.
shared that. In fact, I was watching one of these shows that everybody watching right now. The young girl was dealing with one of the girls was dealing with depression, and she literally messaged her friends, is like, y'all, I need you. And I think a lot of times we don't want to bother other people. We think people got life going on, and so we don't want to hold them up. But the truth is, y'all, if you're dealing with something, you most definitely want to make sure that people know that, yes, I need you. So my next question is, so now that we've identified we're helping women, what would you say to the woman that is going through depression? What are three tips that you want to give to a woman that's dealing with depression, and even some men watching right now? How can they battle through this? What are those three tips?
Before I answer the question, I want to go back to what you just said about not being like you're going to bother somebody.
Mm.
And this was once told to me. If I say I don't want to be a bother to somebody, that's me taking the power away from you. You didn't tell me
Ooh,
you couldn't help me. You didn't tell me you wasn't going to be there for me.
come on.
You just made that decision on your own. We need to stop doing that. That's right there. Pump the brakes with there, because if I say, oh, I want to talk to my mom, but I don't want to bother her, I didn't even give her the choice to even say if she want to even help me or not. So we need to stop limiting ourselves to say we need to not do this and not do that because of the way that we felt. Now, my three tips that I'm going to give to anybody that's dealing with, depression, and, if you feel like you just want to get on the right path, I want to say, one, you need to focus on yourself. Two, you need to get a routine. And three, you need to show up for yourself. So when you focus on yourself, I'm not telling you not to be there for somebody else. I'm asking you to take care of yourself. So when you're in that moment, you can say, okay, I am the most important person in my story. I'm the main character. Now, if I'm in chapter 14 and something happened in chapter 13, that's it. I'm not going to go back. I need to keep moving on and adding to my book. And when you get it, and number two is when you get a routine. Now, I have a very jam-packed schedule. And I know it. My husband's like, I don't know how you do it. You do this, you do that. You go to appointments and you do that and the third. Yes, that's just me being a mother. But I need my own routine for myself, not because I need to stay focused or organized. It's because I need to start. And it was leading to my third one, is for me to show up for myself. Now, when I show up for myself, what am I doing? That's up to you. See, I like to go to the gym. I like to work out. Occasionally, I would try to go to different restaurants and stuff. I do take myself out on dates. Yes, I do date myself. Thank you. And then, like just little things that I do. I like to draw. I like to write. I like to sing. So I do things for me to feel better about myself and not have like the outside noise telling me what I should and shouldn't be doing because I'm not part of X, Y, and Z. And then when you have those three keys and those start with those three things, like you're 90% done, because I told you 90% of the footwork is you. Yes, you're going through depression. Yes, you're not feeling yourself. Yes, you need help, but you have to be willing to put in the work also. You can't give demands to people and then you expect not to do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you see my shirt right here, Deep Within. That's the name of my book, by the way. I don't even think I mentioned that. But when I was writing the book, I was just like, I'm really like doing something I've never done. It was exciting. I was thrilled. And I'm just like, I'm an amazing person. I'm awesome. I could just write this book and be happy for the rest of my life. Right. But now I want to take this book and I want to help women, or if anyone that the men who want to climb on board. I have a husband. You can talk to him because he has his, issues that he go through. But, I just want to be like, you are a gift sent by God. You have to know that for yourself. You have to know that when you're in certain situations, you have to be the best person for yourself, because you can't pour from an empty cup. Me, I did that for a long time. I was burning myself out. I was helping people left and right. And then I got bitter because they wasn't returning it for me. I was like, oh, well, I did that for so-and-so and I invited them to this and they didn't come. Like that wasn't even, that's not what we're doing. Like I need to come from a place of love. I needed to start showing myself that I am enough. I am able, I'm capable, I am beautiful. And I just affirm to myself every single day of my life that God gave me this gift to go through 3 hospitalizations. 2 of them were actual, me trying to end my life. And I was like, you know what? No, I am here for a purpose, because some people cannot come back from that. And when I came back from my last hospitalization, I was like, you know what? It's time for a change. I'm going to take what people would call stunting your growth, or we would call something like, oh, you're not right in the head. I'm going to take it. I'm going to use it for good, because I know what it's like to be there. I don't think everybody would be in that situation, but I was there, and I know how it feels to be laying on the floor crying and just like wanting things to be different and not knowing what to do. So when I started to really like focus on myself and say, you know what, Teresa, you are enough. Like, what you're doing right now is enough, and you could possibly be doing more. Like, I just say I love myself every single day. I look at myself in the mirror and be like, you know what, Teresa, you're beautiful. You're enough. I learned that as I got older. But I'm glad that it came when it did, because when you're talking about something so heavy and deep, like, yes, we do go through depression. I like to look on the happy side, because I'll be around my friends at work, and they'll be like, "Oh, I want what you're drinking." I'm like, "I'm not drinking anything. I woke up like this. Like, this is weeks and weeks of prep of me meditating and praying and eating right and getting enough sleep. Like, this is my life. This is a lifestyle. This is not something that I'm faking. So this is just me."
I love it. Well, first of all, I just want to tell you how grateful that I am that God kept you and that you are now able to be an incredible testimonial. And we are so happy that now you are using what for you has been painful times to be purposeful times. So, real quick though, y'all, real quick, we're going to take a quick commercial break. I know you are loving Teresa. She's amazing. Isn't she just amazing? I know she is. She's amazing. But we're going to do this quick commercial, and then we will be right back, because she's going to give us some additional details. And guess what, y'all? She's going to hook y'all up with the goodies. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Teresa Vision Avant, and we help speakers, coaches, and network marketers who are authors or future authors learn how to leverage their books to generate over $10,000 plus per month, week, or day. Listen, if you're an author and you want to be plugged into an amazing community, I want to highly recommend you go check out Author All Stars. And for those of you who host conferences, podcasts, things of that nature, and you're looking for some dope people to interview, authorallstars.com. If you also want to find out about our amazing annual magazine, authorallstars.com. Go head over to the website once we are done with this interview. Check it out. Trust me, there's a lot to do there. You can also see all of the replays from our Wealthy Wednesdays there as well. So head over to, authorallstars.com. We'll see you guys over there. Deuces. All right, everybody. So we're back with Teresa Cox-Bates, and we're having just an incredible conversation with her. And I am so grateful again that she has taken the time to be with us and really just share her value here to this world and helping other women. I think you already gave us some of those secrets to battling depression, but what I would like for you to do is talk to us a little bit about your book, Deep Within, and also what made you actually decide to write that book.
Okay. So before I get into it, can you ask somebody to pick a number between 1 and 53 for me, please? The
Well,
first person to put in the chat, a number
okay.
1 through 53.
Okay, cool. And I'll
First
put
person to put in
1
the
through
chat.
53. I will put them up on the screen.
Nobody say a number yet?
All right. We have Crystal Mance with number 7. Crystal Mance.
7. I'm going to go to page 7 in my book. I'm going to read a little passage. That's why I said I'm going to put it to you. Oh, so this is chapter 2. Develop a brave heart. So I literally stumbled across life and gave my family many opportunities to laugh. And while we fall quite at painful times, thank goodness I'm able to look at it and learn how to handle the potential for falls in the future. That is very, 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 that's big. That's huge. Because what made me write the book, or actually finish the book, because I started writing it and I didn't finish it. I got into a car accident in 2020. I just got a nice, I thought was the best job ever. I was working for Department of Environmental Protection. I was part of the planting team. So I planted flowers all day. I was like the happiest person in the world doing that. And then when I got into the car accident, I said I had to do a little shopping, and I went on my phone to do a memo, and I see these like this, I just see a blank, no title. I click it and I'm like, oh, these are the chapters to my book. And in that time, I was falling down into depression because, once me, I like to work. I like to, be on my grind. I like to take care of my family. And when I was not able to do that, I started to go under. So I said, you know what? Yeah, my knee might be bummed. Yes, I'm on crutches. I need help to go to the bathroom. But this is the opportunity for me to finish this book. And I'm really thinking that that was God's way of telling me to slow down because I was doing a lot and it wasn't probably listening. So that's why I had to do that lesson. But that's between me and God. But when I got to the point of writing a book, and then when I actually started to get feedback from my husband and the people on my grandmother, because she's like one of my biggest fans. She read the book and she gave me her feedback about it. I was just like, you know what? This is something that I can take and really like change the world. So I've been on this mission, getting it together. I got a team with Taria and the BPC club, and it's just like the energy and the commitment for changing the world is in every meeting that we have, and that fuels me even more because I'm like, I have a dream, and Taria is helping me so much, you have no idea. So if y'all have, like, I'm gonna go off script a little bit, so if y'all have a book that y'all want to do and y'all need help with some sales or getting that coin, you need to hit up Taria Vision Avant because she is really an amazing woman. And when I started to work with her, I had to drop out because my son got sick. And I thought that was going to take me out, but it didn't. I got amazing support from my family around that time. And when I told Taria I had to go, but I will be back. I came back and I'm going to come back, with in flying colors with everything that I do with her. Like she's stretching me to the point where I'm like, I'm about to pop because I'm trying to hold on. Like I want to do everything right. So I just really, really believe that this book, and for me for it to sit in my phone for so long to actually it was an ebook, and then it got to the copy, and then it's just like all these things started happening. I'm just trusting the process. And when, you have a commitment to a project, just make sure you see it through. And I'm going to see this book through. I'm going to see 100 people, 100 women through this year to help them, with my book and with other things that I have going on. And I'm just, excited. And it lifts my soul to know that I am able to help somebody with just conversation. Not even if they don't want to read the book, you want to talk, I got you, because everybody has a different perspective of what their depression is. And, we can't just put everybody in one category about, okay, you're just sad and you're just this and you're not that. But, sometimes it's something that, we learned as a child and we don't even realize it's been programmed, and we're trying to figure out what's wrong. And in many cases, that was my problem. And then, once you start to check the boxes of, okay, I feel good today. What made me feel good today? And, today I feel bad today. What made me feel bad today? Like, to really just understand what emotions are and how you can properly deal and heal if you really know what's going on with you.
Honey, well, first of all, thank you so much. Did you wave your book in the screen so we can see your book? Wave it in the air like it just don't care. Yes, yes, yes. So listen, Teresa, because well, first of all, thank you so much for the shout out. I appreciate you so much. I was gonna actually ask you to share a little bit about that, but you went into it, and so I appreciate you. But I also know that you have a gift, something that's going to be truly amazing for anybody right now that is dealing with the unfortunate, but for many of us, our truth, depression. What would you like to offer to everyone?
So I have for you guys, it's called 7-Day Mental Diet. You can pick it up at um, 7daymentaldiet.com. And what it entails is every day you get a task, and you also get the quote of the day. And when it's something that is one about eating right, it's about exercise, it's about like how am I really feeling for today, but it's for a week. We talk about going to the gym and working out. We talk about what I'm gonna do when I go on a trip, and we take care of our houses. They got a code on it. Your phone got a code on it. Your car got a code on it. But we leave our minds open, and then that's what they say. What's the saying? A devil's something is like, yeah, idle mind makes a devil workshop. So I have the 7-Day Mental Diet for you, so you can start your journey on each and every day on how you want to train your mental muscle so that you could be healthier for you and for everyone else in your life. And I'm telling you, even though it's only 7 days, you can just keep repeating that book each and every day. Just, change it up, and whatever you need work on, then you just work on that. But, once you start, you have to start from somewhere. And sometimes people can't even do a 30-day challenge, let alone a 7-day challenge. So I'm challenging you to go download the book, and so you can get the copy, and then you just start working on your mental diet.
That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Listen, Teresa, you are amazing. You're just an incredible soul. Any last imparting words you want to leave with our viewers before we get ready to close this amazing show out?
Yes, I want to tell everyone that's listening to me right now, you are enough. And when you start to see that you are the main character in your story, you have to be the one to make yourself happy. You're going to be the one to make your own dreams. Yes, we have the support of everyone in our lives, but it's all up to you. And when you wake up every day and you have your routine, and when you feel like you're having an off day and you have the people in your life to help you, that is an amazing thing. Every day is a new day. Even though we have Monday through Friday, that's just the way that they try to. But every day is a brand new day. Today will never happen again. You have to reach for your goals. You have to stay focused and always, always, always be the main character in your story. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you know what? She better go ahead. Listen, while we're talking about such a very heavy topic, she just brings me so much happiness. And so I'm so grateful to have her to be a part of our BPC family. Teresa Cox-Bates, make sure you guys plug into her, comment on this video, let her know that this story has helped you and that you are inspired. Please share this with anybody that you know who needs this information. She is an author, she is a speaker, she is a coach, she is a mother, she is a wife, she is our sister. And so make sure that we connect her with as many people so we can help her to get that goal of 100 women battling depression. Well, my name is Taria Vision Avant. This is another edition of Wealthy Wednesdays. We hope that we see you on next Wednesday, every single Wednesday, same time, same place. And if you want the replay, go to authorallstars.com. Deuces, guys.
What do I do now?